So this is part 3 of our transmission saga here. And what we're going to do is we're going to change out, well, this synchro, this one here, is not so great. I think this one's okay, but we need to pull this off, and to accomplish that, we got a big old snap ring here on the end, and I hit Harbor Freight this week and bought some new snap ring tools. So we'll pull that off, pull off this, I think this is in 3 pieces, this 3-piece gear here, and we'll inspect this synchro. I think it's fine. Just see how the spring has come off there. We need to put a new spring. Can you see it right there? There you go. The spring is not working right. So we'll experiment with this. Those dogs go in there too with the other synchro, with the other synchro and a spring on there. And I got some great advice from Rob at Amazon Cars, if you haven't looked at his page. As far as a lay shaft, yeah, you can take an old lay shaft and cut it down. This has a little, I can just feel where those bearings ride, but there's nothing bad about that. So I didn't buy a replacement for this. But you can buy a new lay shaft for your secondary gear cluster here. And then you take this one and cut it down so it fits inside of the case, and just lathe, 0.5 mil off of that or so. And you can use that to hold the needle bearings inside your secondary gear cluster here. Those needle bearings there. Or you can be cheap and make one out of wood, which is what we're going to do. I might look and see if there's a piece of copper pipe that will fit also. Just do some measurements on that. This is going to be a couple-week process here. I'm not trying to do this in one day. I just don't have the time right now. Got a lot of other things going on, but hopefully this next week we'll get this together. But today I'm going to try and pull that apart and see what happens. Very easily got that off of there. These are the Harbor Freight Icon snap ring pliers, a million times better than the ones that I bought off eBay for $9. I think I got the whole kit for $49. It was on sale from $69. Totally worth it. But you can see this spring is got some problems. It's not sitting in there properly. It's bent up. Probably did that when I was doing things. The synchro looks okay. I don't want to take this down any further than I need to. Everything seems to be working okay over here. I just want to fix this end. So that's another old spring there. I've got new springs that I'm going to put in here. Put the dogs back in, put that synchro back on there with that piece right there. And I believe the groove goes down. I actually have a diagram that shows me that. So we'll be putting that back together too. First time I've done a transmission. Everyone says just follow the directions, watch the videos, and you'll get it and you'll be okay. So that's what I'm doing and making this video. I'm not really showing you how to do this. I'm just showing you my experience. All right, we'll bring you back in a second. What have we accomplished here? Okay, I'll backtrack because I'm not filming this whole thing. You've seen other videos on this, and I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I've put a new output shaft bearing in because it was a little bit wonky. I replaced my seal again. We got the first and second selector. I kept calling this third and fourth. This is first and second, third and fourth are down here. First and second selector in. 2 things to remember when doing this. This little groove goes that away. It goes towards the rear. And then this gear inside of here, the tall part, the other side of this is a little bit shorter than this. The tall part goes up. And I learned that from Rob on Amazon Cars. I could not figure those damn springs out. So I actually have a book that's got a really good illustration of those springs, and they go behind the dogs. I thought they went somewhere else because the ones on my selector had actually popped out. So I wasn't sure of how that went. And this book just doesn't have a good illustration of how those first and second selector goes. So I had to look at Rob's video very carefully to make sure and listen to him about this little groove goes that way, and the taller part of the center gear goes up. I know this because there's witness marks on this circlip. So I'm fairly confident, 99% confident that I got that in right. So the next thing is getting all this back in the case. I have to go and get something to act as a lay shaft. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow and or Monday and get this back together. But the other thing I did is I put in a new grub screw. I had to get my my thread cutter kit out and just redo those threads because they're really boogered up. This goes in and out now. I'm not going to over tighten that because the threads are kind of weak on that now. Maybe I'll put some blue Loctite or something on there too. And I've got a new synchro here. I was experimenting with this. This is a brand new synchro for first and second because this one was pretty worn. I think it had been changed sometime in the past. It doesn't look terrible, but it had some gouge marks and score marks here somewhere. I think that one, yeah, you can see that dog was not sitting there right. And there's our new output shaft, or our old output shaft bearing. So everything's back together. I checked this selector, it works perfectly. New bearing, new seal. Still need to torque that. I have to make a tool that connects to two of these holes, and then get a torque wrench on here, and those kind of oppose each other. I've got some nice sticky grease somewhere that I'm going to use for all the roller bearings, and I think we're good. Like I said, I think that seal is in there backwards. So I have like two more. When you buy multiple kits for these because you keep screwing something up, but it's how you learn. Next time I do this in 60 years, when I'm 110 years old, this will all go together perfectly. So yeah, maybe I'll take this apart and redo it, or maybe I'm going to put it in overdrive. Maybe I'll put it in air conditioning. I don't know. That seems sacrilegious to me, but I sure like being comfy. I'll bring you back when I'm putting this all back together. I think I'll make this just a quick video of an update on the transmission, and then the next video we'll put this all back together. And I can drive my Volvo again. I still have the driveline over here. This is that toolkit I got. Really nice. I'm really impressed with it. The limited times I have to do snap rings, totally worth it. There's some old hardware there. I've got some new hardware, new gaskets here. So yeah, there's our case down there. Just letting it get all the oil out. I'll clean it out really good. And we're all set. Thanks for joining me today.